Hello friends, in today's video we are going to see 0-1 knapsack problem. So first of all, let's understand what is a knapsack problem. So in a knapsack problem, we have a bag and we have few items. And as you can see here, I have an item A, B and C. And with every item, I have a weight associated with it and a price associated with it. Similarly, as you can see here, with item B, I have a weight WB associated and profit B associated. Similarly, with item C, I have weight C associated with it and profit C associated with it. Okay? And I have a bag of some particular capacity in weight. Okay? That is, this is weight, this is weight, this is weight, and I have a bag of capacity some weight. So my task is to take this objects in my bag, it is also known as a knapsack, such a way that my capacity of the bag is not exceeded and profit is maximized. Okay? And in other words, you can also say is as that it is a price. Okay? So basically, our task in knapsack problem is to take these objects in our knapsack so that it does not exceed the capacity and our profit is maximized. So basically, knapsack has three variants. First one is fractional knapsack, second one is 0-1 knapsack, and third one is unbounded knapsack. So first of all, what is a fractional knapsack? This one is a greedy algorithm. Basically, what we do in fractional knapsack is that, suppose I have a bag of capacity 2 kg and object A weighs 4 kg. And I have only this object to consider. So can we take it totally? No, we can't. But what we can do in fractional knapsack is that we can break this object and take in our knapsack. That is, this object is of 4 kg and I have a bag of 2 kg. So what I will do? I will break this object into two parts of 2 kg each and I will take one part in my knapsack. So this is what we can do in fractional knapsack. Now, what is a 0-1 knapsack problem? Suppose these are my objects. So in 0-1 knapsack, what we can do is either I can take object or I have to leave it. I can't break this object and take in my knapsack. Either I have to take this particular object totally in my bag or I have to ignore it. Similarly, with object B, I will have two options. That is, to either take it or ignore it. Okay? And one more thing, I will have only one instance of each object. Okay? Now let's come to what is an unbounded knapsack. So in unbounded knapsack, it is very similar to 0-1 knapsack. Okay? So in unbounded knapsack, I can either take object or leave an object. That is, I can't break an object and take it in my knapsack. Okay? So, for every object I have two options, either to take it or ignore it. But here we have infinite supply of each object. Infinite supply. Okay? That is, I have infinite number of object A, I have infinite number of object B and infinite number of object C. So this is what we have in unbounded knapsack problem. So what we are going to do today? We are going to see this 0-1 knapsack problem. So in 0-1 knapsack problem, I have two options for each object. That is, either we want to consider it or we have to ignore it. So suppose this is my bag. How many options we will have for object A? See, either I can take object A or I ignore it. So I have two options for object A. For object B, I have two options also, to take it or ignore it. Similarly, for object C, I have two options, either to take it or to ignore it. So in total, we will have 2 to the power 3, that is 8 options. And what we are going to do after that? See, these are the 8 options. So what I am doing right now is, I am showing you the brute force solution. Okay? So see, I have total 8 options and our task is to pick one among these so that my capacity capacity of the bag is not exceeded, that is which is smaller than equal to capacity, and having maximum profit. Okay, I will choose one option among these 8 options such that capacity of my bag is not exceeded and my profit is maximized. So this is what 0-1 knapsack problem is. And one more thing, this is brute force solution, and suppose if I have an object, then for each object I will have 2 options. For first object I have 2 options, second object I have 2 options, third object I have 2 options. Similarly, for n object also I will have 2 options. So how many options in total? 2 to the power n, and which means if I have n object, then the number of options I have to consider is 2 to the power n, and my task will be to choose maximum which is not exceeding capacity of my knapsack. Exceeding capacity of my knapsack. So as you can see here, I have 2 to the power n option when I have n object. So it is a solution of order of 2 to the power n. That is brute force solution for the knapsack problem, 0-1 knapsack problem, is a exponential solution. But can we afford it? No. So what we are going to do next? We will look for a optimized solution. And as this is a dynamic programming series, we are going to see whether we can apply dynamic programming here or not. And if we can, then after in coming videos, we will write top-down approach and bottom-up approach for the same. Okay. So now, what we are going to do is, we will write a recursive solution for it. Okay. Before writing program, let's see what P and W list are. So in P list, I am storing profit associated with an object, and in W list, I am storing weight of an object. Now what we are going to do is, we will write program. And one more thing, this P and W will be global for easier explanation. So let's write program now. Def ks will be my function name. It will take 2 parameters. One will be the object remaining to be considered. Okay, I am denoting it by obj, and second parameter will be the remaining capacity of my knapsack, and I am denoting it with capacity. Okay, so first of all, as we are writing a recursive program, we need a base case. So what will be our base case here? Suppose object remaining to be considered is equal to 0. That is, I have no object to be considered. Can I do something? No. Okay. And one more thing. Suppose capacity of my knapsack is equal to 0. That is remaining capacity. Can we do anything here? No. We can't take anything in my knapsack. So we can do only one thing from here, that is to return 0. Okay. Now second case. Suppose I am considering this particular object, that is third object having capacity 3 kg, and my knapsack has a capacity of 2 kg. Can we take this particular object in my knapsack? No, we can't. So what we need to do here? Let's see. That is, if W of obj minus 1, that is weight of the object, that is weight of the object which we are taking decision on, is greater than my capacity. Okay. So I can't take this particular object. Then what we are going to do? We will choose. See, what we are going to do is, we will ignore this particular object. Okay, and make a recursive call to obj minus 1 comma capacity. Okay, that is, I have not considered this particular object, and on rest of the object I am going to make my decision. Okay, So this is what I am going to do here. Ignore this object, and on remaining object I am going to run knapsack again with same capacity. Okay? And suppose this is not the case, that is my final case. Suppose that object which I am considering, that is suppose this third object in which I am taking my decision, as you can see its weight is 3 kg and I have a knapsack of 3 kg also. Then what we can do here? We have two options. Either we take this object or we ignore this object. So what we are going to do in this case is we will return max of, in first option we will consider this object and in second option we will ignore this object. So if I consider this object, then I will have a profit associated with that object. So profit of obj minus 1. And if I have considered this object, then I need to run a knapsack on obj minus 1. That is, no, I will ignore this object. Okay? As I have taken decision on this object, and my capacity will be reduced. Capacity minus W of obj minus 1. Okay? That is, my capacity will be reduced with the weight of the object which we are considering. This is the case 1, that is, I am picking that particular object. Now my second case will be to ignore this object. And if I will ignore this object, then I will be remaining with obj minus 1 object. Okay? And capacity of my knapsack will be as it is. And I am not taking anything, so my capacity will remain as it is. So this is my recursive program for 01 knapsack problem. So in next video what we are going to do, we will analyze this particular program and we'll see if we can apply dynamic programming here or not. Okay? And if you have liked this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching.